Manrai, thank you for joining us at EXCON 2023 in this Motor India's coverage here.
Thanks, Rajesh.
Southco has always been known as the quality player in the touch points, essential in the automotive industry. You have been a player known for their quality products. What are you showcasing here at EXCON 2023? What is it that construction equipment players would get from you?
So I think the common factor is touch point, and touch point remains, whether it is automotive, whether it is construction. What do you mean by touch point? Touch point is where the customer actually feels a product, and when he feels the product, he likes using the product, he uses the mechanism and actuates that. So, what we are trying to display is we are trying to take the touch point to the next level. What I mean by next level is we are displaying electronic access solution. So let's say when you get into a car, you take a fob and you release it and you go inside.
Yeah.
So we are trying to display those technologies here in the industry, which is not very normal, and that's the reason we have created a cabin for the customer to come and look at it, touch and feel, so they can feel what is going on. So I think this is something very different because typically the construction industry follows the automotive norm.
Correct.
Okay, and what we are trying to tell the construction industry, look at the progression which is there, how we can improve the touch point which is there. And we being in the automotive player are rightly placed to explain the touch point area which is there. So that's what we are trying to showcase.
Sure. And if you take a minute more and try to explain to us the bouquet of offerings that you are bringing to the construction equipment space, be it the doors, the knobs, what are these products that are in demand for the construction equipment space? If you can give us a list of offerings.
Okay, so if you look at any construction equipment, one of the product is the cabin, which is where the operator
operator
sits
sits.
inside. So one thing, first thing he touches is the entry door when he gets inside. So there's one field we give entry door solution, which is there. It depends upon which kind of equipment it is, backhoe or excavator. There are two doors which is there.
True.
The other application is the sliding window application where so you want an access viewing ability which is there. So this is one application which is there. The third area which customer look is the top hatch, where sometimes they open up it during the hot environment and stuff like that, because not all cabins have the air conditioning which
Sure.
is there. The another area is called a door catcher. So when you open up the door, you want the door to be in a still position which is there. So
Correct.
this is what we talk about the cabin area there.
Correct.
Then you come on to the chassis area where all your engine area which is there.
True.
So you need latches for maintenance and opening up the latches. That's where we provide the solution. So in general, if you look at the whole construction equipment, we provide the engineering access hardware. So the customer can access their end product using our products. So that's the kind of offering we're talking about, right from the cabin up to there. What's new we are trying to do is how can we improve the touch point inside the cabin? Somebody needs a mobile holder.
True.
Okay, somebody needs an a display mount which is adjustable. So some of these things we are now actually showcasing in this EXCON, which is
Correct. And is there any new challenges or opportunities that have developed due to say IoT, Internet of Things, or artificial intelligence being coming in for the operators to become more efficient? Are you implementing some of these things into your R&D and manufacturing processes?
Yeah, so IoT is obviously is a buzzword now, and so all our electronic latch solutions which is there, they can be IoT enabled. So when I say IoT enabled, if a equipment is working in the mining or a quarry, you want to actually see that the access is only given to a specific operator. By using our products, you can actually ensure that the door is locked in condition and you can only release it from a remote. So we have already started giving an offering, and then some of the good big construction players they are showing interest in that. That's what I can say. So we already ahead of the curve, which is there. It's not about how we implement that in the Indian market. That's important.
How have you then bolstered your R&D and manufacturing setup in India for Make in India initiative?
So we have close to around 35 to 40 engineers, engineering people. We have a 300 people, manufacturing people there in the facility. So already we have got an engineering team. So that's designs what is there. We've got a product development team which is there. Then we have a manufacturing setup.
Sure.
So I think we have the presence already there, which we have done in the last 2 years.
Sure.
thanks to automotive.
Understood. Understood. And largely, if you can, tell us about the different divisions, how has been it performing since, COVID, be it CE or trucks and buses, how has Southco,
I think
worked on
if
the
you look at
development?
the major industry where we work is we work in the automotive industry.
Yeah.
So automotive is probably over the roof at this point of time. There's a waiting time for the vehicles now.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so we are present in Tata Motors, Mahindra's, Renault of the world, which is there. The other area is construction industry, which is doing well.
Yeah.
Uh, it was not doing well last year.
True.
This year they are doing well. I'm hoping maybe the first quarter of India they may be a slowdown because of the election which is there,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we're doing well in that. The other industry we're doing well is railways.
Rail.
So if you look at Vande Bharat train which
Yeah.
is there, all the Vande Bharat trains carry Southco products.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a review a few years back by I think Financial Express. They reviewed a snack tray application, and that hinge belonged to Southco.
Oh,
So the point I am trying to say, our touch points are existing
yeah.
in the construction industry, in the railway industry,
Yeah.
in the automotive industry, and also in an industry where generally people feel about it. Let's say when
Yeah.
you go to an ATM
Yeah. Yeah.
and you remove your money, that ATM inside has got Southco locks.
Correct.
So we are the people behind the scene, not in front of the scene.
Wonderful. And in terms of, say, domestic and overseas demand, how well are you positioned? Southco does exports as well to.
Yeah, so a couple of years back we started doing exports. Uh, Thanks to our friend Donald Trump, because of the India, because the China and US study. So we had some businesses moving from China to India, and we have started exporting. So exports have now risen to a reasonably good extent, which was not there in the past.
These are which regions? Markets?
This is US,
US.
primarily US,
Okay.
and also in Europe.
And this is truck buses and
This is automotive industry,
automotive.
especially the car industry, and then also the truck industry. You know, I could give a name like Volvo is one of a big customer. General Motors is a big customer. So this is the companies they're buying from us.
And lastly, in terms of your medium to near term goals, what are your focus areas? Any key highlights that you can pull out of the last year's performance, and what are you looking forward to?
I think we want to maintain the growth. That's one. We're looking at 30% growth next year also. That's what we want to do. That's the desire.
Sure.
But I feel it may not be the case because of the election. We may feel a bit of slowdown, which is there.
Sure.
And our focus area is localization. That's the main focus area is localization. Strengthen the team.
Localization in components, you are saying?
Yes,
key
localization in components because a lot of made in India initiative when you want to do work in defense, which you are doing.
Yeah.
So they need a lot of make in India concept, which
Sure.
is there. And the other big challenge, which is the talent retention.
Correct.
Okay, it's difficult to retain the talent because of the opportunity you have in the Indian industry. So I think by far that's some of the focus area we are because as you grow, you need to also grow your talent.
Sure. And how much of it, the revenue from the business comes from direct OE, or is there also a scope for aftermarket for you?
So aftermarket is not
Direct, business
yeah,
area
we don't
for you.
do that. So most of our business is all our business is coming from OE market, and an aftermarket business also the customer buys it and then they give it to them.
Understood.
So we normally don't entertain
You
the
don't have a dealer network or a
no, we don't have a
distributor.
dealer network for the aftermarket. We do have distributors for the other regions. That's around 10 to 15% of our business.